Welcome to Action Hill Media, the science channel all about action. Life is boring. Get some more action into your life.
What is hell really like? I really don't know, but this is all speculation, but let's dive into this one. What are the consequences of our actions on earth? We are all granted free will to do whatever we want. Some people choose to do good, be kind, follow rules, help others, but there are others who choose to do bad, lie, steal, cheat, kill, take advantage of others. So is there really a heaven where all the good souls go and the hell for where all the bad ones go? First, what does it take to go to hell? If you're going to be there for all eternity, you better have done something really bad. It's easy to see Hitler burning in hell. He's killed millions of people and caused a world war. But what if you only killed one person? Should you also spend an eternity in hell like Hitler? Then what's the difference of actually murdering someone rather than thinking both souls have the evil intent, but one was brave enough to carry it out? But what determines if you go to hell or not depends on how much you reject God and the principles he espouses. What I mean is that if you're a God-fearing individual and commit a crime egregious enough to go to hell, like murder, maybe you won't go to hell if your faith in God is strong, you are sorry for your crime, and the circumstances force you to do evil at that specific moment. Maybe if you aren't regretful of your sin and do not repent and pray for forgiveness, and you turn your back to God, you end up going to hell. For instance, a soldier on a battlefield killing others is way different from a gangbanger killing rivals for selling on his turf. I believe God neglects those who do not acknowledge his existence with faith and belief and do bad deeds, turning to a life of evil. His neglect opens you to being tempted by the devil, committing sins, and paving a path to hell. I came to this assumption by examining what goes on with demonic possession and exorcism. A person gets possessed by a demon, which brings an exorcist to expel the devil. The victim of possession, who may even be a good person, undergoes circumstances allowing communication with a demon. The demon takes over the victim's body and the person's soul. To expel the demon, the exorcist essentially prays for God's attention and aid to pull the soul away from the devil and deter its influence over the victim. God is integral in exorcising the demon. Thus, if God neglects you, you are unprotected from demonic forces that be. If you die and go to hell, is there a chance to get out? Again, based on what goes on during an exorcism, the answer is that chances are slim. If God neglects you, who's going to pull your soul out of hell? Best to stay out of hell in the first place. So the question I wanted to get to is, how bad can hell be? It can't be good. If you've seen the Action Out episode of What is Evil, we speculated that the devil was the bizarro version of God, completely opposite to what is good, and a thing that enjoys pain, suffering, hate, evil in every sense of the word. If that's the case, then a resident of hell is experiencing all that 24/7 for all eternity. This environment is full of beings who are morally corrupt. You can't trust anybody. Hate and negativity is all around. Everyone torments you. Imagine this situation. Maybe if you're in hell long enough and are abused for long stretches of time, you probably become immune to suffering and the hate and just go crazy, for lack of a better word. You snap and turn over to the dark side. You become like the demons, akin to how an abused child becomes a psychopathic serial killer. When you suffer so much and experience evil by receiving it, you become immune, then become evil yourself and start dishing it out. You invariably become indoctrinated to worse behavior, getting into more and more evil ways. So what is hell like? In an environment with constant pain, torture, hate, darkness, fear, there can only be chaos and insanity. It can't make any sense. Maybe hell is chaotic, a nonsensical place where they feed on what's bad and negative and only enjoy extreme wrongness. Is there a purgatory? Maybe hell is too extreme for some of the dead. Maybe they're not suited for heaven either. What happens to the in-between, the part good but part bad souls that aren't sure enough to go to heaven, yet aren't so terrible to deserve hell? Where do they go? Is there a purgatory? Maybe. It could be that these in-betweeners get thrown back into the mix and get reincarnated. Maybe they have more to learn. Maybe reincarnation offers an opportunity for people to better themselves. Maybe instead of heaven, a really good person could get to live a great life, like Tom Brady, for instance, as a reward. Or someone with a contemptuous past life gets to live a horrible life for punishment. Maybe there is no reincarnation, but rather a leveling up or leveling down. Maybe an exemplary good person who has learned much levels up and goes to a better place or better world or universe with more advanced beings with a higher level of enlightenment. Or maybe you get sent down to a world universe that is, or maybe you get sent a level down to a worse world universe so that you receive your just desserts for the awfulness you committed in a past life. And what happens to the insane? Where do they go in the afterlife? What happens to souls who don't have a clue, lost in a fog of compromised cognition? It could be that these souls comprise many of the ghosts we see that are stuck in between dimensions, haunting familiar spots, endlessly repeating their confused lives like a broken record. If these poor souls have no one in their afterlife to guide them, they could be stuck in this form of purgatory. If there is a God that they are too confused to pray to, then how can God answer their prayers? Maybe God neglects them since he is unaware of their plight, lost between dimensions. How sad and frightening is that? All in all, the navigation of the afterlife is total speculation that we can only learn about by dying. But before you die, don't you want to improve your chances of landing in a happy, welcoming, beautiful place by doing what you can when you're alive to keep out of the bad, dark, unwelcoming, and terrifying eternity? Action Hounds Unite.